Hi, and welcome back to Brady's Blunders, where I show you the mistakes in my games, hoping you don't make the same ones in yours. I don't think I've said welcome back to Brady's Blunders before, so why would I do that now, especially when the last video I posted just a couple days ago? Well, truth is, I may have posted that last video a couple days ago, but I filmed it like a month ago. That one and the 6 or 7 prior videos as well, because I knew I was going to be away for a month and have no inclination or capability to make videos. So I decided to make them all in advance before I was away. So what was I doing for the last month? Well, my longtime girlfriend and I decided to go ahead and get married and honeymoon in Thailand. So that was really excellent, and we had a blast. And I can't say that I'm really happy to be back, but it is kind of nice to get back into the old routine, and being able to make these videos is one part of that routine. So anyway, one other quick announcement. Even before taking this last month off of Go completely, I actually have hardly been playing any Go since I've started these videos, or very little. It's down like 80%, and that's not good. And the only way I'm going to get better is to go ahead and keep playing more Go. Now, don't get me wrong, actually making these videos I'm convinced is helping me, but making these videos at the expense of playing is not. So what does that mean? That means I am going to play Go first and make videos second, but I should still be able to make at least a video a week, I think. But my productivity on the videos will definitely be down some. But I'm making a public commitment right now to I'm going to play some more Go because I really need to. So sorry if the productivity is down a little bit, but I hope the quality is good. All right, let's get into this game. Let's actually finish up this game. And the theme of this video is Brady is too blunt in his attacks and his moves. And let's show you what I mean. All right, so I just descended here, saving the stone, and I mentioned in I think the last video that this was too small and not worth doing. And then black instantly came and made that nasty double weird panuki shape, which was sente, and I answered. And then black extended here, making a double wing formation, and I answered. And although black didn't play this, I want to show it to you. If black was to play here, let's evaluate who got the most out of it. So when black played the thank you move, I played A. And when black played the forcing move that I was going to have to answer, either immediately or very quickly, I decided to ignore that and play B. As a result, black got the panuki and sente and was able to get the extension and grow this really huge moyo in the upper right. And this is the real game, so you can see the direct price I'm paying. And I hope from this that you can really see that A and B were mistakes, and far better for me to accept the thank you move and to accept the forcing move. Anyway, that's not what this lesson's about. And black didn't play there. Black played here. So black's deciding to keep picking fights. I started to connect underneath, and he pushed, and I connect underneath, and he decided to cut and cut again. And I came around this way, and then black jumped. So I looked at this, and of course I look, can I capture this right away? But the answer is no, I can't. The ladder's no good for me. So that doesn't work. And then I played here. And this is what I'm talking about when I said that Brady's too blunt. It's really obvious what this move is, right? Now all of a sudden this push through would work for me. So black, of course, went ahead and fixed his shape. Mind you, this is not the best way for black to fix his shape. Black should go ahead and just capture this way. And if, this fixes all of his problems, because if I move out, he can do this, and you can see that now he's captured this stone on the ladder, and this is far better than just running, as he did. And not only that, these 3 stones are well, pathetic is the nice way to put it. They're in deep, deep trouble. So, like I said, this would have solved all of Black's problems. Happily, he didn't see that and played here. And this is where I went ahead and played another very blunt move. And the purpose of this move, I hope you see, is to keep Black separated and attack this Black group down here. But, as I said, saving this stone was a mistake. And the reason is because Black can just live. Do you see the sequence for Black to live? If you want, go ahead and pause. I'll wait here for you. There'll be a few more problems. I won't suggest pausing, but do feel free. All right, go ahead and pause if you like. All right, so Black got the first move correct, and he played here, which I answered. And the best move for Black right now is actually to play here. And so you can see that this is very clearly an I, and this is very clearly an I, and there's nothing I can do about it. And so if Black plays correctly, he's unconditionally alive, and that's why saving this stone was slow and a mistake. But he didn't do that, and instead he played this. And here is one of the main questions for this game, which is if you're white. It's sort of a multi-pronged question. I've already said that this move is a mistake. So can you punish it? Can you punish it immediately, or do you need some help somewhere else? And even if you can punish it immediately, should you, or should you do something else? Okay. I didn't punish it, and I don't even think I tried to punish it. I played here, and then Black played here, and Black was unconditionally alive. So this was, a poor result, and definitely a lack of spending enough time on life and death problems. And because the correct answer is for White to play where Black should have played. By the way, for Sumigo, that's often the correct answer. Play where your opponent should have played. And this is a real-world example of why that's true. Because if Black goes ahead and tries to grow his eye space, and then I close him off, and Black tries to make his eye space as big as possible, then I can play here. And this is the shape known as bent 4 in the corner, which is a dead shape. And I'm assuming you all know this shape, but just in case you don't, I will link to the Sensei's library explanation of bent 4 in the corner below. And if that's not clear to you, maybe I can do another video on it someday. Just let me know in the comments. But at any rate, this Black is a dead shape. Well, let's call it a 90% dead shape, because in reality, it's not completely enclosed. Yeah, it's between these white stones, and it's going to be very hard for it to get out, but who knows what the future fighting is going to entail. And perhaps there's some way that this Black group will be able to connect to the outside. And if that happens, then these two stones are -2 points. So it goes from being dead to even more profitable for Black. So that's one problem with this kill, or killing this way. The other problem is that, again, it's a little too blunt, and I have the opportunity to increase the complexity of the game. And because Black has so many points in the upper right, that's in my interest. So before I go ahead and do this, it actually makes sense for White to play this. And when Black plays like this, White comes out this way. Now, if you look at the board, you've got to say the game is looking really good for White, because this Black group isn't alive, this Black group isn't alive, and this Black group isn't alive. And White's pretty solid everywhere. You could argue that this White group is not strong yet. But if Black's got 3 weak groups and White's got 1 weak group, that should be pretty good for White. And actually, if Black comes out this way, White can just come out this way. And just from the lower right's perspective, you can see now that this Black group is, is dead, assuming I get the next move there. So, yeah, this would have been a much better result than the game. All right, but still, I played here, and then black played here. And what I've decided, and I think correctly, is that at this point, as white, I need to kill something because I've given black way too much. And I set my targets on this group in the lower left. So if you were white, where would you play now? Right. This is going to be, the third example of me being a little bit too blunt. And I played here. And yep, this is a textbook leaning attack, right? Here I am leaning on this group with an intention of attacking that. And it might work. And if I was a better killer, it probably would work. But it's not the best. And the reason it's not the best is I still have a chance to go ahead and play the sequence I showed before. And if I play like this, black still has the two weak groups. And now I can make him wonder. He's got two problems to deal with, and I can make him worry. And if he works really hard to save this group, then assuming I get more outside groups, it makes it all the easier to kill this one. And if he worries too much about this group and tries to save it, then maybe this one's going to get swallowed. So the easiest way for me to kill this group in the lower left is to make black worry about this group on the right. So don't just lean on it with one stone. Lean harder by creating the uncertainty with this white group over here. I think the game would have been really good for me if I'd have played this way. But I didn't. And instead, I did this really blunt attack. And black fixed all of his problems this way. And then I decided, all right, I only have one target, but if I spend all of my energy and my stones just trying to kill it here, then black may be able to grow the upper right enough to compensate. So I decided that I was going to kill it at a large scale this way. Black played here and then came out this way. So, yep, I got outside stones, which should be helpful in attacking it, but my attack was clumsy. And the thing is, if this group was still in doubt, I could probably get away with a little bit of clumsy. But when you only have one group to worry about, it's a lot easier than if you have two. And that's the big mistake of the end of this game, right? So when black played here, I should have actually pushed this way and just tell him, you're not getting any eye space. And I'm going to run you towards this wall, and I don't have to worry so much about getting cut if he's got no room to make eyes. But I didn't do that. Instead, I played here. Let's see, black pushed this way, and then black pushed this way, and then black came here, and this is where it all fell apart for me. Because somehow, and as I was getting lower on time, somehow I tricked myself into thinking that this move was Sentai, but it's nothing Sentai about it. And it gave black the opportunity to push this way. So of course, instead of that move, I should play this. As I've talked about in prior videos, when you're fighting, strong, straight shapes tend to win the fights, as opposed to ones that get bent and manipulated and cut. And when I played this, it gave him the chance to go ahead and bend and manipulate and cut me. Let's see, black played here, and I tried to close him in like this. He pushed, I held him in, he cut, I played this way, and then he was able to, oh, no, one more forcing move. Then he played here, and you can see that he's already making good eye shape. And I tried hard to kill it, but I wasn't quite able to. And so here we went from a game that I should have absolutely crushed him in the mid-game. I should have made him resign. And instead, I'm now well behind. And by some miracle, I managed to go ahead and invade the upper right and make the game very close. Actually, I think without giving Comey, I lost by half a point, which was a bit frustrating. But the reality is it shouldn't have ever gotten close to my having to make a miracle invasion in the upper right. He had 3 weak groups at the same time, and I should have been able to take advantage. So what did I learn from this one? Well, I think, again, a little bit of subtlety is a good thing. And when you're behind, increasing the complexity. So moving out with this stone would have just completely changed the dynamics of the game. And obviously, life and death problem. Keep doing more Sumigo problems, because this was a real world one and a very easily solvable one. And finally, you could just see this clumsy attack. So straight shapes and keep trying to narrow his eye space. And that should have worked. Anyway, it's been a while since I've done one of these, so I hope it came across okay, and I'll see you next time. Take care.